What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nacho Wrestling and SummerSlam Night 1. The first ever Night 1 of a two-night event for SummerSlam is in the books, and it's about time, now that we are like 20 minutes removed from the show, that we take a look at my quick review and rating of the matches for Night 1. So with that out of the way, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. And with that out of the way, let's move on to the rundown of the show. The show opened up with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns taking on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker of Seth Rollins' faction. They still do not have a name as of recording this, but hopefully they get one soon with everything else that happened tonight. Some notable things that happened in this match are that Jey Uso yeeted about 2 minutes into the match. That was pretty cool. Did his whole entrance again, from top to bottom. I'm being hyperbolic here, but the music did start up again, and I don't get why like opponents allow him to do that, but you know, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the actual meat and potatoes. Really good opener. Good way to open the show. Fun way to open the show. Crowd loves Roman. Easy way to get the crowd hype and invested fast is having Roman or someone like Roman open the show. So yeah, really good match. Roman took a really dangerous suicide's dive, completely cleared the top rope, and then almost cleared Braun and Bronson. Looked really dangerous, but yeah, no. Good match, good opener, like I said. Not really much more else to say about it. Oh yeah, Braun seemingly got hurt. There was some fan footage of him being helped up, like behind the stage, up the stairs. Hopefully he's okay. He was out there later on in the evening during the main event, and he seemed to have his knee wrapped up. Hopefully it's not too big of an issue. But yeah, other than that, really good match, and I would give it 3.25 tortilla chips out of 5. The next match on the card was the women's tag titles match, as Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez were defending their tag titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This match had the unenviable task of following Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in a feel-good moment, taking down Braun and Bronson. So the crowd was a little dead for like the majority of it, but thankfully these four women were able to get the crowd back and get them invested towards the end, about 8 minutes into the match or so. And I don't have like time of the match pulled up or anything like that, but I think this went about 12 or 13 minutes. So to get them back in for like the last like 5, pretty good. Pretty good performance from all four women. I was shocked to see that Judgment Day would lose this match, mainly because I thought there was more story to milk between Charlotte and Alexa, but I guess why milk it when you could just do it right now? So yeah, do it right now. But I think the biggest thing that hindered this match, for me personally at least, was the fact that it neither was really good or really bad. To me, it just kind of happened. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I think when a match just happens, it's honestly a worse match than if it's completely dog shit or like the best match ever. Because if it's complete dog shit, there might be like some humor to it. Like there might be a funny botch, or there might be some like funny miscommunications or anything like that. And it's like, funny, you know? But when a match is none of that and it just kind of exists, it's a little boring. So for that, I'm going to give this match 2.5 tortilla chips out of 5. Next up, we had Sami Zayn taking on Karrion Kross, and just like the match before this one, I genuinely could have seen this going either way. I could have saw Karrion Kross getting a win, especially if the rumor of him signing a new contract or possibly not signing a new contract were true. You know, why not give him a win at SummerSlam and entice that new contract being signed, or reaffirm that, hey, we're going to do something with you now that you've signed this new contract. That wasn't the case, though. Sammy got the win. I was hoping Scarlett would play more of a factor into this match. She really didn't up until the finish. At least I really didn't notice her up until the finish. I mean, she was out there for the whole match, but she didn't do anything until she slid in that steel pipe to Sammy towards the finish. So I just wish, like, if this was really about trying to get under Sammy's skin or anything like that, they would have had Scarlett get involved a little more. But maybe they're just on their way out the door, so why bother? You know what I mean? And if this leads to Sami Zayn's like world title run story that is probably inevitably going to happen, I'm all for it. I truly am all for it. I might look on this match a little fonder in hindsight, but as of right now, very middle of the road match for me. Sammy didn't need this win. Karrion could have benefited from this win, whether he's leaving the company or not. So yeah, 3 tortilla chips for me. Not much else to say about this match. Next up, we have the WWE Women's Championship match as Tiffany Stratton was defending her championship against Jade Cargill. I really enjoyed this match. I think on paper, a lot of people thought going into it that you would see a bit of a struggle between the two, especially because who's supposed to call the spots, who's supposed to lead, who's supposed to do this, who's supposed to do that, everything like that. But I really enjoyed the match. I didn't notice any major miscommunication issues. I didn't notice any major botches or anything like that. I just noticed two women who had pretty good chemistry and were able to go out there and put on a match that nobody thought they would be able to have. Was it the match of the night? Was it the match of the weekend? No, probably not. Probably won't be. But it's probably one of the more memorable matches from night one, in my opinion. Like, the main event is memorable for how it finished and everything, which we'll talk about. But I think this match is just as memorable because it was good. It was really good. Not much else to say about that match. Give me 3.5 tortilla chips out of 5. Penultimate match of night one saw Drew McIntyre teaming up with Logan Paul to take on Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. I'm a big enough man to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong. Jelly Roll did all right. I wouldn't say he was Katsuyori Shibata or Kazuchika Okada levels of great or anything like that. He was definitely decent for a celebrity wrestler. Was no Snooki or anything like that. But not everybody can be Snooki. Shout out WrestleMania 27 and what abysmal trash you are. But everything Jelly Roll was doing was to Logan Paul or to Drew McIntyre. Not many things were done to him, or many moves that were done by him were really just to the other. Hit my mic there. Just to the other guy. They weren't like a drop move or anything like that. Like, he wasn't taking leg bumps. He wasn't taking butt bumps. Nothing like that. At least I didn't notice any crazy ones. He took a nasty frog splash through the fucking commentary table. That was fucking cool. Like, him taking the heat for most of the match sold me on him doing an occasional match every now and again. And I think that's what the point was. What even sold me on Jelly Roll more was the fact that he gets his ass kicked, his ass beat. Referees and security are trying to help him up and cart him off to the back, and he does the mankind thing, and he's like, nope, I'm staying right here. I'm fighting. I'm a tough son of a bitch. And he gets back in the ring, and he immediately eats a fucking Claymore, and then eats that beautiful frog splash from Logan Paul, which I hate to say it's beautiful, but he really gets some sick-ass air on it. And then Logan Paul gets the pin on Jelly Roll. He lost. He didn't win. He didn't triumph, but he didn't persevere. It wasn't a story of overcoming the odds and proving yourself. He fucking lost. I'm kind of for it. It's the first time in my life that I will happily admit that I was glad to see Logan Paul win a match. That being said, Logan Paul still won a match. 2.75 tortilla chips. Finally, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match as Gunther was defending his World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk, or Black Phillip, as he's known by some people apparently. The match started off pretty slow and kept this more slower, methodical pace for the whole match until, like the last 3 or 4 minutes or so, which, CM Punk being CM Punk in his age these days, he's going to work a slower pace. He's not really able to move as fast as Gunther is. So they kind of met in the middle, I feel like, and it was a good middle. Punk was taking chops every which way. He was taking chops on his leg, chops on his chest, chops on his back. He took a chop on his ass. An ass chop! Like I said, they got the crowd really invested towards the tail end of this match, so much so that when Punk won, and Punk hit not one, but 2 GTSs for the win, The crowd was electric. They were milking it in, soaking it in. They were enjoying every second of it. And then that damn music hit, as if we all didn't know. Seth Rollins came hobbling out with some crutches, and he had those cool like crutches with the handlebars on the side. He didn't have like the crutches where like they dig under your armpits, which I feel like those are more uncomfortable. So I'm glad he had the ones with the handlebars on the side. Very cool. And a knee brace on. And he was just like inferring, soon, buddy, soon, buddy. Turns around, leaves, but he wasn't leaving. He turns around again, rips off the knee pad, drops the crutches, not in that order, I think it's the other way around, and he makes a beeline for the ring with the briefcase, all while Punk is standing there looking confused as shit, like, huh? Punk, if I were you, I'm beelining, I'm running, I'm out. I'm already in my SUV, I'm already in my private bus by the time I heard that music. Why are you still there? Needless to say, CM Punk would hold the title for about 5 minutes as Seth Rollins would end up getting the win and cashing in and becoming World Heavyweight Champion for the second time. Overall, this match and then like post-match segment / second match, I'm just going to lump together and give it 4 tortilla chips out of 5. I quite enjoyed the main event. I know a lot of people probably thought it was boring and slow. But Punk getting the win and then the win getting sucked out from under him. I don't know why I did it like that. But all that happening, yes. Was it predictable? Yes. Was it on the nose? Yeah, it was. But it was still fun. Don't get me wrong. It was still cool, like to sit there and see it all happen. Because Seth and Punk are like destined to do this forever in WWE. It's just hopefully Seth starts chewing on something a little different than, you left us for 10 years. You made fun of us for 10 years. Just something else. Something else, Seth. So overall, SummerSlam Night 1 was a decent show. Wasn't a bad show. Wasn't a great show. If anything, I truly believe that Night 1 of SummerSlam shows us initially that SummerSlam probably doesn't need to be 2 nights. You could probably get away with booking like a 9, maybe 10 match card in one night. And I know the pacing of WWE shows, that sounds like a horrendous idea. But when you look at how they pace SummerSlam, or not SummerSlam, but how they pace WrestleMania this past year, there were 7 matches. And the show ended at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and started at 7. So that's 4 hours. 7 matches in 4 hours. Not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, wait. Was that 40 that they did that? I don't remember. Either way, it needs to be stated that this definitely should be seen as more of an experiment, and hopefully WWE doesn't just go all in on the idea, no pun intended, all in on the idea of 2-night events for their Big Four. I think really the only other pay-per-view in the Big Four that deserve 2 nights is Royal Rumble. But, you know, I think a lot of people would agree with me on that sentiment. I don't think that's a hot take at all. So, with all that out of the way, let me know what you guys thought about SummerSlam Night 1 down in the comments below. Did you think it was a success? Did you think it was a failure? Do you think it will stack up? Or how do you think it will stack up to Night 2? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, and share this video with your friends. And like I said, hit that subscribe button. I am trying to reach 500 subscribers, and your help would be greatly appreciated. With that out of the way, I will see you guys next time.